muna ako ng kaba. So, mayroon muna akong, what do you call this? Pick-up line. Principal ka ba? Kasi lagi akong kinakabahan pag nakikita kita. Okay. I am very honored to stand in front of you, and I am grateful that you have chosen me as your guest speaker of today's significant occasion, the commencement exercise of school year 2018 and 2019. Firstly, I would like to congratulate the graduates. It is not yet the end of your journey to your dreams, but it is just the beginning. You have surpassed the challenges of senior high school. You are all victors at this moment. You have acquired the knowledge and skills necessary for you in next level of learning. Secondly, I want to congratulate your parents and your guardians, for you are now harvesting the fruit of your sacrifices. Congratulations also to the parents. You have done a big part in molding these children. Some of you who are working abroad just came here to attend in this special event. You sacrifice a lot for your children, and you are the forerunners in this education of your children, molding their behavior and characters and abilities and also their knowledge. The next person who I would like to congratulate are of course the teachers. You have successfully done your part. Your undying love, guidance, passion, and commitment to teach these children have made great changes in their lives. Indeed, not all heroes wear capes. Some are in school teaching children. I salute all of you. When I got the invitation for this event, at first, I am very hesitant to accept this. I also questioned myself, am I really qualified to be here? Because I have my younger sister who graduated here, and she graduated as valedictorian, and I just graduated as a graduate. So I don't have anything. I don't have anything to brag what I did when I was in high school. I have thinking for months what to share to all of you. Then it turns back all my memories here in this school 20 years ago. 20 years ago, I'm the one who's sitting there and listening to the guest speaker. Before, my classroom is that side. We only have 2 buildings and the canteen is over there. The canteen, we always had our lunch. I always have baon because my favorite baon is rice and egg. Different kind of egg. Sunny side up, scrambled egg, hard-boiled egg, but it's all egg. But I'm proud of it. So now I don't eat egg. No, I'm just kidding. There's still else to do. At this point in time, I'm sure you already know what course you would take up on college. During my TLE class under Sir Marcelino, I was engrossed with the drawing of the house plan and different building plan during our class. So that time it inspired me, and I realized that I want to become an architect. That is the first thing you need to have. You should have a goal at this moment. Where do you see yourself after this? When I was your age, my only goal was to finish college. Even though I don't know what to study yet, before the high school graduation, yet I have in mind that thing, I will finish college. Once I had the dream to become a teacher also, since both my parents are teacher, and I think it's run in the blood. It's run in the blood of being a teacher. Then once I also dreamed to become a DJ in a radio because I like music. By the way, I'm a product of broken family. I have a stepdad and nanay, but they don't have means to send me to college. My eldest sister is the only one who supports my study, but I cannot rely fully to her. When I was accepted in City College of Manila, now it's Universidad de Manila, where I got full scholarship, I'm so happy, thinking that I'm on the first step towards my dreams. During enrollment, I have an architecture course to take, but there is no architecture course that time. I saw a queue, a window, written is electronics and communication engineering. There's no queue, so I queue up. I end up taking up ECE. Upon the start of the class, I immediately looked for a part-time job. And I was accepted in Jollibee as a service crew. I studied in the morning, 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. And I usually doing the closing in Jollibee. So normally the work will ends up around 2 a.m., 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. And the following day I need to go to school at 7 a.m. That's what I did for first semester. Although I'm very happy to receive my salary, I remember it's just 3,000 pesos that time. I'm so happy because it's the first hard work earned money that I have. But it suffers my grades. Upon giving the cards, I got an F in one of my subjects. I felt sad at the time, but I told myself, it's okay. Uulitin ko na lang next sem. As a scholar, we have to maintain the grades to stay in the school. But after 3 years in City College of Manila, I got evicted in PBB house. I got evicted because I didn't maintain the grades that I need to study in that school. I told my mom about that. Of course, she's very sad. She told me to stop studying or just take some short courses so that after that course, I can just work. Since I'm a girl, mag-aasawa lang naman daw ako. So wag na ako mag-aral. Mahilig din ako sa cosmetics before, so she just told me to study cosmetology and just work in the parlor. But it's not what my dream is. I have that dream in mind and it's not that. I have to finish my degree, whatever it takes. Second point that I want to share with you all is you have to persevere to get your dream. Kailangan mo magtiyaga para sa pangarap mo. Hindi mo yan makukuha in just one snap of a finger. I'm just blessed enough to have a great sister who is willing to pay for my study that time. So I look for another school, the cheapest one that I can get, where I can continue my course. Before kasi I heard that those students na papalit-palit ng course, they end up not finishing course at all. So even the ECE is very difficult for me, I still pursue to finish it. So I stick to ECE. I studied in Technological Institute of the Philippines for 4 years. So how many years did I study engineering? It's 7 years. Yes. Niloloko na ako ng mga kapatid ko kasi yung younger sister ko, naunahan pa ako mag-graduate. I remember she's already working, but I'm still studying. Then my course needs to pass the board exam to be a licensed engineer here in Philippines. Since I know my capacity, I didn't pursue to take board exam. It's not my plan. I just work in one BPO company as data technician, and it's not related to my course, but I still get it. I didn't know that God has a bigger plan for me until I came to Singapore. I'm in a relationship since secondary college until I work here in Philippines, but something happened that I need to leave Philippines to mend a broken heart, so you know what I mean. I didn't expect to get a job in Singapore since I don't have any experience in my engineering course. As a foreigner in Singapore, the maximum period I can stay there is only 1 month. For a month, I've been sending resumes here and there every day. Then I got extended to stay for another 2 months and still look for a job. Two times I already packed my things, ready to go back here in Philippines. But God has planned for me. God blessed me with this job, and in Singapore, they don't care less if you are a board passer or not. I became an engineer in ASM Technology Singapore. I'm a process engineer. I am responsible, so I just want to for you to understand what I'm doing. I am responsible to make sure that all your electronics, like your phone, your television, electronics items are working properly. Do you know the IC inside your phone? That's what I'm doing. I am working the machine to ensure that the reliability of the chips is working perfectly fine. I have been working here for 12 years now. Because of this work, I have a chance to travel for business in different countries like Korea, Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam, Japan, and of course here in Philippines. If I came here in Philippines for work, I need to stay in a hotel, which nearest hotel to the company that I need to support. I remember the longest time that I stayed here is 6 months, supporting in Clark, Pampanga. I managed to purchase a house and lot that I can call my own, and a car with the help of my husband. We love to travel. We've been to New Zealand, Australia, Maldives, and of course, we explore the beauty of the Philippines together. We also had a small business, but I still don't consider myself as a successful woman because I know I still need to do a lot of things. I still need to learn a lot of things from others. I met my husband in Singapore and got married at the age of 29, too late already. We've been together for 8 years now, but we're still praying for a child. I am what I am now because of the teachers, my classmates, my friends, and family who consistently supporting me. And I cannot attain everything without God. All glory belongs to Him. So graduates, I want you to remember these things. Have goal, dream big, don't give up, persevere, and trust God that He has a plan for you. Just remember that you can do anything you set in your mind, but it takes action, perseverance, and faith in God for you to be successful. Thank you so much. Again, congratulations.